Wonderful day, everyone! Welcome to my science class. I am Mercedita Sitampos, your science teacher. Just call me Mom Mercy. Okay? Let us check what you know. Direction. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Question number 1. Magnet can be used in this process of separating mixture. A. Evaporation. B. Magnetism. C. Filtration. D. Decantation. Question number 2. Which is the best way to get salt from seawater? A. Evaporation. B. Distillation. C. Filtration. D. Decantation. Question number 3. How will you separate oil from water? A. Evaporation. B. Distillation. C. Filtration. D. Decantation. Question number 4. Which of the following environmental problems can be separated by physical manipulation? A. Oil spill. B. Smoke. C. Garbage in the landfill. D. Flood water. Question number 5. Which process is usually used to separate mixed nuts? A. Picking or manual separation. B. Filtration. C. Decantation. D. Evaporation. Okay, go! Okay, it's time to check your answer. Question number 1. Magnet can be used in the process of separating mixture. Correct. Letter B. Magnetism. In question number 2, which is the best way to get salt from seawater? Correct. Letter A. Evaporation. Question number 3. How will you separate oil from water? Correct. Letter D. Decantation. In question number 4, which of the following environmental problems can be separated by physical manipulation? Correct. Letter C. Garbage in the landfill. Question number 5. Which process is usually used to separate mixed nuts? Correct. Letter A. Picking or manual separation. Congratulations, children! What's up, kids? Directions. Classify the pictures below into colloid or suspension. Write your answer on the blank provided. Okay, go! Okay, it's time to check. So, you classify the pictures below into colloid or suspension. Letter A. Correct. Suspension. Letter B. Correct. Suspension. Very good. Letter C. Correct. Colloid. Again, congratulations. Letter D. Correct. Suspension. Letter E. Correct. Suspension. Congratulations, children. Very good. Hi, children. You learned about mixtures. Mixtures are formed when two or more substances physically combine. So I have here some examples of mixtures like soap solution, tinulang manok, oil and water, sand and water. Now, question. Do we able to separate the components of the following mixtures? Very good. Yes. But the question is, how? So let's find out. Okay? Hi children! I have here a video clips about evaporation. Now what is evaporation? Evaporation is a technique used in separating soluble solid from a liquid. Remember, in evaporation, only solid parts will be recovered. Okay? We have another ways in separating mixtures, like decantation and filtration. Now, what is decantation? Decantation, some liquids like oil and water do not mix and form a heterogeneous mixture. They are immiscible liquids. These liquids can be separated by pouring or scooping out the topmost liquid. Infiltration, insoluble solids in a liquid can be separated by filtration. Filtration is a technique in which an insoluble solid is separated from a liquid. It uses a filter like mesh cloth or filter paper to separate solid components from a liquid. Next, we have video clips about decantation and filtration. What you are going to do? Just watch the video clips, okay?
Sedimentation, decantation, and filtration. In this module, you will learn to separate mud from muddy water by sedimentation and separation of clean water by decantation and filtration. How to get clean drinking water from this muddy water? Well, we shall use few methods to separate the mud from this water-mud mixture. For this activity, we need 2 beakers, a sample of muddy water, a tea strainer, a piece of cloth, funnel, and filter paper. When the heavier component in a mixture settles, the process is called sedimentation. After sedimentation, the process of removal of water above the sediment is called decantation. Separation of finer impurities from the decantate using a filter paper is known as filtration. Take some muddy water in a beaker. It is a mixture of soil and water. Stir this mixture well and leave to settle for half an hour. The mud settles down at the bottom of the beaker by the process of sedimentation. Now, transfer the water at the top of the settled mud by tilting the beaker to another empty, clean beaker. The water thus obtained is called decantate. As the next step, pour the decantate through a tea strainer. This is called filtering. Is it possible to get the clean water after filtering the decantate with the tea strainer? No, the tea strainer is not able to filter the fine particles as you see the filtrate. It is not clear and contains mud. See, the water obtained is to be filtered with a fine cloth. some mud has deposited on the cloth, but the water obtained after filtration still contains mud. A filter paper which can separate the fine particles of mud from the water. A filter paper has smaller pores than cloth and hence can be used for this purpose. Place the filter paper in the funnel and pour the water obtained after filtration with cloth. Look at the filter paper after filtration. You can see that fine particles of mud are deposited on the filter paper and the filtrate obtained is free from impurity. In this module, you have learnt that when the heavier component in a mixture settles, the process is called sedimentation. The process of removal of water above the sediment is called decantation. Separation of finer impurities from the decantate using a filter paper is known as filtration. The use of a filter paper is a better choice for effective filtration as it has small pores.
Did you watch the video? Very good. Now I have here 5 questions to be answered. Directions. Write the letter of the correct answer. Question number 1. What method of separating mixture uses filter? A. Filtration. B. Evaporation. C. Decantation. D. Sedimentation. Number 2. What method of separating mixture? Only the solute is recovered. A. Filtration. B. Evaporation. C. Decantation. D. Sedimentation. Question number 3. What method of separating mixture will you use to separate So, as usual, checking time. Question number 1. What method of separating mixture uses filter? Correct. A. Filtration. Number 2. What method of separating mixture only the solute is recovered? Correct. Letter B. evaporation. Question number 3. What method of separating mixture will you use to separate oil from water? Hello, kids! Remember, evaporation is a technique used in separating soluble solid from a liquid. Only solid parts will be recovered. In decantation, some liquids like oil and water do not mix and form a heterogeneous mixture. They are immiscible liquids. These liquids can be separated by pouring or scooping out the topmost liquid. In filtration, insoluble solids in a liquid can be separated by filtration. Filtration is a technique in which an insoluble solid is separated from a liquid. It uses a filter like mesh cloth or a filter paper to separate solid components from a liquid. I hope you learned a lot from our lesson today. Good luck and God bless.